Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls from all over the world, my name is Brandon. I am with the Rags Riches community. In fact, I am the COO, the CFO, the CEO, and the Supreme Ayatollah. And you're here right now because you have nothing better to do. Let's check chat. Erwin, I know what you're doing, Erwin. What's up, Erwin? How's life, man? How's life? Hex Hoddle in the house. I'm liking this against my best judgment. You guys are picking up on things here. I stubbed my crypto. Godfather J6, what's up, my man? Mike Mack, I'm chubbed. Hi, Mike. Finn Bear, oh God, I'm early to this. You're slipping, bro. Finn Bear, you're slipping, man. It's just what you do. I kind of feel bad for you. Hot Rollins, please don't start and spare us the pain. Spare us the agony. Mike Mack says, watching on 18 devices, where's my mod wrench? We don't just give those mod wrenches out like candy around these parts, do we, chat? Terrafin, where you at, man? You got to tell these people how this rolls. I mean, Mike Mack, maybe there's an exception to be made here. Not really quite sure. We got a nice little show here. We're not gonna take too much of your time today. But the information that we're going to give you, I think, is very, very important. I've been trying to figure out ways to give you guys hopium without painting me and kind of putting me into a corner eventually. Because if I give you some price predictions and stuff and it doesn't come true, you psychos come back and then I got to be mean to you. And I don't want to be mean to you here. So we're going to have some good information for everybody. So ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you popping in here and just stand by because we're about to have some fun.
Do not like or comment on any of my videos, and please do not subscribe.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it's been the weekend. How was your weekend? That's my question, first and foremost. How was your weekend here? Hex price action. Well, it's actually holding up pretty well. We're looking pretty good. We're staying in this nice little clean channel as we barrel towards Pulse Chain launch. How many of you are excited? How many of you just been waiting so long? How many of you are texting people that told you to get into Pulse Chain being like, yo, when are we going to launch? Are we ever going to launch? Is this a scam? Well, you should ask those people if your massive returns are a scam too, and it happens. I don't know. Let's check it out here. What can we expect next here? Well, you know what? Richard said that we're going to be having a little bit more information about when Pulse Chain is actually going to launch, right? So it's going to be very, very interesting this week to see what he says, to see what the developers say as well. Leading up to Pulse Chain, and I've been saying this quite a bit lately, it's very important to watch yourself. The scams are going to be at an absolute all-time high. So I think it's very, very important to help educate you guys about what exactly is going to happen. So without further ado, you guys know what time it is. We about to do the biz with Briz. Oh my gosh, look what the cat drug in.
I'm here.
Bro,
here.
What is going on, Briz? How's life, man?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Did something fall?
Yeah.
You got rough?
I'm about to get
All right,
hurt.
Hold on. I'll take you off. I'll let you fix yourself. I'll let Briz fix himself. He's over here freaking out. He jacked it. I teed him up perfectly. Jacked it all up. Last time, what happened last time? Like a friggin' lantern fell through the window or something. Like, I think there might be some paranormal activity happening here. Let me bring him in again real quick. His video's not on. Let's see if we can communicate with him. Briz, are you there, buddy?
I'm back.
You're back.
Yeah. All right.
Dude, you had me frightened there for a second.
I had myself frightened for a moment. How's everyone doing today?
You know, it seems that there are a lot of us that are doing okay. And it also seems like there are some of us in the community that are not doing okay. What do you think, Briz?
I think Mr. Chad Donnerschwanz is one of those people. He's
Who
always
is not doing
harassing me.
okay?
He's always harassing me. But you know what, Chad? I like you. And if that's your real picture, if that's your real avatar, your profile pic, cool beans, man.
Can we address the elephant in the room, Briz?
What's the elephant?
The fact that you haven't a body.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I got hacked and they stole my body. So I am a disembodied pair of hands and head now. They took only the parts of me that were worth anything.
Formerly, you were one of the bosses on the 3rd level of StarCraft. Apparently, that's what you told me. No, not StarCraft. Star Fox.
Star Fox. Yeah, dude. I feel like the boss enemy on Star Fox, right? You guys ever remember that N64 game?
Dude, all right. So here's what we gotta do here. You're here, the Biz with Briz. We like to bring you some good information, and we're really concerned with keeping everybody safe for Pulse Chain launch.
Exactly.
So I'm gonna go ahead and bring in this nice little presentation that you have for us, and we're gonna kind of go over some things to look out for, etc. So what do you have for us here?
All right. So, basically, we're so close to the Pulse Chain launch. And quite frankly, I'm like on pins and needles. And I'm just like, please don't let me get hacked. This is the this is the wrong time to get hacked. And we all need to stay on top of our game and just know of some of the pitfalls that are out there. So I just put together a small little thing of 3 types of scams to avoid on launch day. All right.
Let's check it out.
All right. So the very first one is help desk scams. There is no help desk in crypto. No one is coming to save you. The whole thing about crypto is that you are your own bank, and therefore you are responsible for all of your own money and what you do with it. So if you just give your seed phrase to somebody else, they can just take your money, and there's no email, there's no company to email to reset your account. There is no FDIC insurance.
Yeah, and I think that's probably for new people. It's not something that they're used to. They're used to being able to reach out to somebody and get problems fixed. So the most important thing as a new person is realize that you are solely responsible for your wallet and nobody else is. So you cannot fall into the scam of thinking that there are people out there to help you out with this. Is that right?
Exactly. And I have another thing too is like I have a buddy who is not very tech savvy. He's a freaking entrepreneur, but he's not that tech savvy. And I'm trying to help him get set up with the crypto stuff and the Pulse Chain launch. And he's typing into his MetaMask, right? Like he's trying to like open it up. He can't even remember his own password. And I'm just like, I'm like, this is like, you got to get this stuff sorted out. You got to make sure that you have everything right, because if you forgot to capitalize a certain letter or add a number or a special character to your password, you're not getting back in there unless you reset your wallet. All right. So again, there are no help desk. And as you can see, just typing out the words MetaMask or wallet in Twitter can make the scammers appear. You can see the little screenshot that I have on the right hand side where people are just, maybe they've asked for support, and then all these fake MetaMask support people pop up. If you just simply type in the word MetaMask or even the word wallet.
So one way around that, you guys might see this sometime in Twitter and might not understand. People will spell MetaMask with a period in between one of the characters if they have to talk about MetaMask. So there are
Exactly.
bots out there that are looking for this type of content to be able to come in, and they obviously they keep doing it, so they must be doing something right. Unfortunately, a lot of people losing money here.
Yep. And basically, the way that these guys get you is that they get you to download malware, and then you put your seed phrase into it, and then they have access to all your funds. So, like I was saying about my buddy, he might go in and like, hey man, I can't figure out my password on my MetaMask wallet. He gets one of these guys over here on the MetaMask support team says, oh, no worries. Here, just re-download the wallet, put your seed phrase in there, and we'll get you all set up. And that's how they get them.
Mm.
You can see I have another little screenshot right there on the bottom. It's a little small. I apologize, but I saw that in the comments, and it says I just lost my because I went to I was doing some research on help desk scams on YouTube, and I just found some comments. And this one says, I just lost my life savings from not being cautious enough of what MetaMask I downloaded. I'm 22 years old, and it was $8,000.
Mm.
Guys, at 22, I did not even have
That's a
8,000.
lot of dough for a 22-year-old man.
Hell yeah, I don't think I had 8,000 at 30.
Yeah.
So not much to some people, but it was everything to me. In a dark place right now, and I hope everyone watches this video takes it into consideration.
Yeah, we have a little question that popped up here. He says, "What do you mean by reset your wallet? Does that mean it wipes out, deletes all the stuff that you had?"
Yeah, so when you reset your wallet, you're just basically uninstalling your MetaMask wallet from whatever device or browser that it may live in, and you reinstall MetaMask, and it's going to ask you if you want to start a brand new wallet or import an old phrase, an old wallet, and you would be resetting the wallet by importing an old C phrase,
Yeah.
and it will clear the contents of this thing doesn't want to stay up. And then it will clear the contents of the wallet, but all the contents will still be in the wallet, meaning it will take the ticker symbol away and you'll just have to re-add it. So if you had the maxi coin in there, you just have to re-add the maxi coin.
Got it. So this is an important thing to understand too, folks. The information that you see in your wallet, that information, the balances for your tokens, etc., that's actually stored on the blockchain. And that wallet, all that does is allow you to interface with that information that's stored on the blockchain, which is why if you have your seed words, you can use many different types of wallets to interface with the blockchain, Trust Wallet, and MetaMask, and Coinbase Wallet, and all that sort of thing. So that was something that I didn't know for a long time, and maybe you find that useful there too. All right, so what do we have next here?
All right, so for our next type of scam, the contact me on WhatsApp
Oh, love
scam.
those.
We see those all the time. And in fact, you can see even Brandon is participating in this.
Look at that. They got me.
So basically, influencers will never ask you to contact them from on WhatsApp from the comment section.
Mhm.
There's never been a single legitimate influencer that has asked you to contact them on WhatsApp. And if they have, no, there hasn't been, there's never been a single time. In fact, I'm actually wondering if this scam even works. And you know what? It has to. It has to
It
be
has to,
working.
man.
Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it. Right?
There's a conversion rate with everything. Does it take 1,000 people contacted to clear one wallet? Does it make it worth it? Probably. Does it take 100
Probably.
people contacted to clear one wallet, or maybe it's 2 or 3% conversion rate?
Here,
It's
Brandon,
unfortunate.
I'm sorry. Give me 10 more seconds, sir.
Oh yeah, just take your video off and I'm going to make fun of you live. There we go. Apparently, again, guys, if you just joined, Briz is trying to figure out why there's paranormal activity in his apartment, and his screen keeps falling down in the background, which is laughable. The other thing is, if you just joined, this is going to be pretty good information for you guys leading up to the Pulse Chain launch. The number one worst thing that you can do is trust anybody 100% unless it's coming from Richard's Twitter. It's very, very important here. And we're going over some ways that people can scam you and get you to do things that will nuke your account. And Briz is back in business. Briz.
All right.
So the contact me on WhatsApp.
So basically, I was trying to figure out how this scam even works, because I'm like, I see this all the time and I don't get it. But basically, from my understanding, is that if you contact them on WhatsApp and you add them to the contacts, they could get information to like your email, possibly like a home address, phone number, connected to your Facebook, get into your friends, and then just basically hit you with what's it called, a social attack.
Yeah, social phishing or some type of social attack.
Yeah, so that's how the WhatsApp, it's basically they're just looking for more information on you to get to your funds.
Absolutely. And the scary thing that a lot of people don't know is they think that they're anonymous. But if you haven't changed a couple settings in Telegram, or you haven't changed a couple settings in WhatsApp, and you do end up connecting with one of these scammers, there's a likelihood that they can get your phone number. If you haven't protected it, they can take that phone number and they can go to any of probably hundreds of databases online that store people's information, and they can get your next of kin, they can get your address, they can get all of your email addresses, they can get past residences,
they can even call your carrier provider pretending to be you and do a SIM swap.
Absolutely. Or they can walk into a store with a phone and say, hey, listen, I busted my phone, they can convince that person to do a SIM swap on this busted or this new phone that they have. And once they do that, they can get access to potentially your Coinbase, etc. It's just very, very important to be super careful on apps like Telegram, apps like WhatsApp, and also any type of direct messages. If you have any inkling that something is funny, just freeze and ask somebody that you might know. Just get a second opinion, because if they've been around a while, they'll understand what's happening.
Exactly. And that's brings up the very last point of, if an influencer messages you, verify that it's them. And 9.9 times out of 10, it's not going to be them. For example, I remember once Maddie Allen started messaging me, right? I'm like, hey, what was he messaging me about? So it was on Telegram. I ended up just calling him. I'm like, something about this seems a little weird. So I just ended up calling him. He picks up. It was not Maddie Allen at all.
Yeah.
It sounded like some guy from like New York, like with a real thick Eastern accent. And he's just like, say, hey, how's it going? Hey, this is Maddie. I'm all, well, this isn't Maddie. He's like, oh, this is Maddie. I'm all, FaceTime me.
Dude, I've seen scammers do crazy stuff, man. I mean, I once almost got scammed. Somebody called me up acting like a representative with who I bank with. And they asked me for my passcode, and I thought it was kind of weird. So I gave them an incorrect passcode. It was like a secret word, right? So I gave them this incorrect secret word. And we went through this whole process, and it kept getting weirder. And I stopped him, and I'm like, hey, listen, man, how do I know you're legit? He was like, well, I'm in your account, blah, blah, blah. I said, I gave you the wrong word. And he goes, oh, I know, your word is actually XYZ. So that was crazy, because they did enough research to actually figure out what my word could have been. And he guessed it on the fly, and he got it right. Really? But I was already suspect about it. And I hung up the phone, called my bank and said this happened. They said, yeah, that's a scam that happens quite a bit. So if they can just get a little piece of information on you, they can start researching you and start guessing things. You just got to be super, super careful online.
Yeah, and just for general thing knowledge is that a lot of times the scammers, when they call you, they're calling you. They're like, "Hey man, you've been robbed. You're
Mm-hmm.
being scammed, but don't worry, I'm with the good guys. I'm here to help you." And you're like,
Mm-hmm.
"Oh, thank God." And then you give up all your information because you think that they're there to help you, and they're the actual bad guys.
It's rough, man. It happens. It's horrible, and you just can't be more vigilant, especially or too vigilant rather, especially with Pulse Chain launching soon. Inevitably, you guys are going to hear from somebody about this, and the whole point of this video is to give everybody information. So even if you don't get scammed, you might recognize when one of your friends might be getting scammed. So maybe this information that Briz has compiled for you today is going to help somebody else out. Maybe not yourself, but somebody else. So we have to empower each other and be smart about this. Knowledge is power. We can protect ourselves this way.
All right. So for our next slide, influencers can be paid shills.
Hmm.
So you gotta be careful of not just like the blatant scammers, but the people that you trust and seek advice from. um so never whoops, I misspelled that. It should be never underestimate the marketing money.
Never estimate the marketing money. Never estimate. Yeah.
My bad. Never underestimate the marketing money scammers have to pay influencers. Now, I'm not saying Luna is paying Carl the Moon at all. I doubt they are. But just, I took this screenshot like an hour ago, and he just put another like 30 grand into Luna. And if you go into his like comments, like he's telling people to buy Luna
Wait,
via
who
his
is this guy?
Bybit. Carl the Moon. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, this guy up in the top right corner.
he's literally telling people to invest in a an elaborate rug pull
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Um,
because he's got to get his money out. He needs some exit liquidity.
yeah, that's my feeling. He's like,
Yeah.
"Hey guys, I need you guys to pump this up so I can recover something." Um, if you are an influencer, and hey, and so we've been giving all this advice to like everyone watching these videos, but hey, Brandon, this
Yeah,
piece of advice goes to you. It says if you are an influencer, be careful of scammers wanting to pay you to promote something. And
absolutely.
because when you download the software that they give you, I want you to like look at this and promote it. That piece of software will take over your computer and your YouTube account, and then they will use your YouTube for giveaway scams.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see down here on this Coinbase Pro, this guy, I don't know who this channel belonged to, but they stole his YouTube channel. They deleted all the content, and he had 1.89 million subscribers. And then they make it look like it's like a Coinbase Pro account, and then they throw up those send one receive 10 coin scams.
Yeah, and this is I really like that you put this in here. I wouldn't have thought to put this in here, but it's true. And you guys know that I always tell you that even if you hear it from me, I could be wrong. I could have gotten bad information somewhere, and you can't trust me 100%. You can listen to what I have to say, but you need to go verify it and go all the way to the source. So, very, 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 very important. You are the only person that can control whether or not you get scammed, not me, not anybody else. So, you have to take 100% 100% responsibility for your account and for your money, because, in light of what's about to happen, this will be life-changing money for many of you. So very, very, very important. Absolutely.
Yep. And that last bullet point is, not every project on the Pulse chain can be trusted like it's a Richard Hart financial product. Cash grabs will be shilled. There's going to be people asking for a sacrifice that maybe it doesn't really deserve sacramental money.
Yeah.
A lot of these people are going to come in here saying, "Hey, I'm an OG," whatever that might mean to anybody, and use that to basically ask you for your money. It's that Bernie Sanders meme. I am once again asking for money. So just be careful, do your due diligence, and just I put up this picture over here on the far right bottom where this influencer, and this is a little little sketchy because his name is Matt Lorian, and he got shilled into a scam coin called the Mandalorian,
Oh, interesting.
and his name is literally Matt Lorian.
That kind of looks bad. Maybe he didn't think about that too well,
perhaps
ahead of time.
Yeah, maybe he had a personal bias, but so yeah, just do your due diligence. Make sure that you you really believe in the stuff that you're sending money to.
Outstanding, Briz. Now,
Right.
is this the end of your presentation? You have more for us here.
We have, in
Good.
conclusion,
Love it. Love it. Yeah, let's go. Let's talk about it.
just be extremely careful with what you download and who you talk to online and in private messages. Be wary of what type of online. Be wary of what. Oh, I'm sorry. I can barely read my own typing.
You
Be
think they
wary
read
of
this
what
stuff?
you
They're
type
listening to you.
online.
You're good.
Right? Be wary of what you type online. You may draw negative attention to you from the scammers, which goes back to, like, if you go, "Hey guys, I'm having a problem with my MetaMask wallet," the scammers search for those words and they seek you out, and it makes you a big red target. Please be careful with your money. When you get hacked, it affects the entire market in a negative way. It doesn't affect just you. And I think the biggest example of this that I can say or show is when Hex 19 got hacked. He kept his password inside his Apple account, and I think the hackers did a SIM swap on him, got to that password, got to his money. He lost over 100 million hex, which is millions and millions of dollars. And when those scammers got that money, they started dumping it on the market. It affected everybody by bringing down the price.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta remember that it affects you the most when you get scammed, but it can affect everybody.
Absolutely, man. And I just want to point this out. Briz is probably the best man in crypto. He's out here warning you about all these scams when all these other influencers and founders out here, they're not saying anything. Isn't that right, Briz?
You need to have some kind of anti-scam video on your YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Just because it's like you got to do your part, right?
Absolutely, man. I love it. Briz, thank you so much, man. You dug in there. I know you got one more.
No, that was the last slide.
I was expecting a picture of me in a tutu or something. That's just typical of you. But
no,
good.
just don't get your body stolen. All right. You're You know, you don't want to have to go into the workplace with just a pair of hands and no torso. It's
Ladies and
rough world out
gentlemen,
there.
let's plus one in chat for Briz. Thank you so much. If you have any questions and you want to look back over this stuff or send it to a friend, you can clip this video, send it to a friend, send them this video, and also you can reach out to Briz or myself if I don't know the answer. If he doesn't know the answer, we'll find the right person to give you the answer to. Briz, thank you so much, and ladies and gentlemen,
We're like the Google of crypto.
Correct. You are, absolutely. This is the Biz with Briz. Well, there we have it. The Biz with Briz. Ladies and gentlemen, that was some great info. I think that he has added a whole new flavor to this show, and I really appreciate him doing that work for us. Just because most of us in chat here, we just don't have the time, right? We're working, we're going to school, we got kids, whatever the case may be. So it's nice when he does things like this. We're going to take a look at chat. We've neglected chat this entire time, which is not necessarily a bad thing. We'll go ahead and get in here. Hex647 says, bought a treasure for my PLSX. I feel safe. George Taco says, what's up, Gus? Or possibly guys. Great stream, guys. Enoch, thank you for the info, gentlemen. Please thank Briz. You guys know I don't care about you. 21 Window, I work in cybersecurity. This information is important for sure. Thanks for sharing to all Hexicans. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully, we can just help make everybody more informed about how important security is. And if all of us are more informed, it's just going to make us all stronger, right? Strong as our weakest link, is they like to say here. Terrapin 1, oh my gosh. Sandy B says, I got the IRS call from Dan Johnson with a heavy Indian accent multiple times. Tobal Roos, greetings, Earthlings. Scotch on the Head says, smash the likes. We don't smash the likes around here. We do not like that. You guys know that. Now, here's the situation. You guys showed up for a reason here, right? We showed up because we kind of wanted to check out. It had something to do with Hex. History repeats. So what exactly is this all about? Well, I'm going to show you what this is all about. First and foremost, though, we're going to cancel this. We're going to share this, go here, and there we are. Cool. So I'm going to share with you this next snippet here. We're 34 minutes in. We'll probably be about 45 minutes in after all is said and done. And if you guys do have any questions after this portion of the presentation here, feel free to drop those, and I'll answer questions for the last 5 minutes or so. So history repeats itself. And a lot of times folks in crypto say, listen, this is the bear market. There's cycles to everything. Don't worry about it. Just chill. Everything's going to be okay. You guys have heard that all the time, right? Don't sell your stuff. You're going to find yourself in profit before you know it. Well, a lot of times people say that, but they don't really show you. So I want to show you 4 charts. I'm going to show you the Hex chart, and I'm going to show you 3 others. Now, one of those charts is the Luna chart, and I'm not showing to shill Luna. I'm just showing to show the pattern. I'm going to show you what happens when you have bull runs followed by corrections. And I think this is good information, and I got this from one of my friends, Marty Boots. So I want to share this with you guys here. All right, so the first thing that we're going to look at, and I'm going to take myself off here, and I want to maximize this. The first thing that I want to look at here, this is a chart. It's AXS, okay? So if you notice, you had a huge bull run up. You get all-time highs, and you correct back down. The thing that I want you guys to notice here, this correction, let's see how long this correction lasted. Yeah. This correction lasted quite a few months, all right? Quite a long time. But what you see is this correction happened. This white line is a 100 moving average. All of these other moving averages, they're the shorter time frames. what happens is when they fall under this white moving average, it acts like kind of like a compression mechanism for price. So things compress down. It's like a spring. And eventually, what happens, it compresses so much that white moving average, it's like it's heavy. It falls on top of price. What you'll see is you'll see price compress and then absolutely gone, fling, just go and go and go and go. These are common patterns that you end up seeing in bear markets. You see these corrections. Now, how far down did this go? I'm guessing 70%. Yeah, 69.5%. So you'll see these corrections. It's very, very common. The next chart that I want to show you here, okay, this is Ethereum. So we're side by side here. We're showing you each one of these. Do you guys notice anything? You see how close this is? You see how close this is to AXS? Very, very similar chart. You see price action fall. It can be, 60 to 80%. You see a time frame of compression where those moving averages fall underneath the white 100 and it squeezes. Okay, so this was back in 2018. This is a bear market. This is the time right now when you need to be accumulating. All right, so we see Ethereum get squeezed for an extended period of time. All the people that matter, that are actually moving the markets, they are accumulating in this period, in this time frame. All the other people, all the dum-dums out there, I guess you could say, they're out there selling and they're freaking out and they're not coming back into the market because they're depressed, they're on suicide watch, whatever the case may be. What they don't understand is right now is the most opportunity in crypto. It's when you're buying stuff that's 80% off, as evidenced by this screen that I'm showing you. All right, so let's take it a step further. Let's add yet another. Okay, so we're going to add a third view. So we had AXS here. We had, okay, so this is actually AXS2, but let me add the correct one. So you guys are very familiar with this. Unfortunately, really, really bad things happen, but we're not worried about that. We're showing you the pattern. This is Luna, all right? And you will see the exact same thing happen. They find this floor, just like they found here on this chart. They found that floor, and you had a long period of accumulation. Once that white 100 moving average got closer to all these others, you see the compression point and boom, absolutely pops and takes off. The bull market's in effect. And all that accumulation, people just, it goes. It goes and it never comes back, folks. So when you hear people talking about cryptocurrency, talking about bear markets and saying, listen, all you have to do is not sell and accumulate. This is exactly what we're talking about right now. Very, very important. All right. And then last but not least, so we've got 3 charts up here. Let's add the fourth. You guys, and it looks like it did not go as planned. So I'm just going to pull this up here. And I'm going to show you the striking similarities between all of these charts right here. All right. Striking similarities. Look at what we have here. This is a hex. This is hex right here. If we look at what happened at all of these, we can find our floor. We found solid support at these levels at about 11 cents or so. All right. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't wick down. We saw it wick down a little bit on these, but it pops back up. This is the solid level of support. We will have areas of accumulation and time periods of accumulation that we've already been in. So if you're not accumulating now, you're not going to be able to take advantage of these runs. And this white 100 moving average, it's starting to compress price down. What do you guys think is going to happen? What are you guys going to think is going to happen based on history? History repeats itself to the freaking stars, ladies and gentlemen. And sometimes when these things take off, it's just absolutely crazy. They just don't come back. Don't come back at all. So I wanted to point that out. I wanted to show you the similarities between all these charts so you guys can understand how this actually works. Now, it doesn't happen this way all the time. But I would say with the community that we have, with all of the metrics that we're currently showing, I mean, it's pretty easy to infer what's going to happen. There is going to be a critical mass. There's going to be a tipping point. I think Pulse Chain is going to outline that. And even if we just have a spike followed by a drop back down to 11 or 12 cents, it's 11 or 12 cents on both chains, right? And as the bull market takes off, we can see massive, massive, massive gains. You've got to accumulate now, and I wanted you to see that. Very, very important here. All right, we're gonna check chat here. We're at about 42 minutes. Very important here. Motley Investor says you should neglect us. We're not supposed to be here. Subscribed and liking this video. Motley, 100%. I need a voice of reason in my chat, and you provide that. Please keep saying these incredible things. Very, very wise words. Motley, Heck said, what's up, what's up, what's up? Brizzo, he's in chat. Thanks, Briz. He meant to say 4 to 5 inches in. Oops. Love you, buddy. Yup K. Yup K disclosed to us this morning in our porch stream that he does not like to bathe. So everybody, please make fun of him for that. I'd appreciate it. Hex Monkey, it's not a bear. It's not a bull. It's an imminent pulse explosion. Are you guys excited? Are you guys stoked about this? Everything's coming together. Some of you guys, I have these conversations. Some of you, this is your first taste of cryptocurrency. Man, how spoiled are you going to be? How spoiled? I want to give you guys this information too. Sometimes things don't go exactly as planned. And I'm not saying this because I have some type of insider info. You guys know I'm not that type of person. I'm just saying, stick to your plan, accumulate. It might not take off as quick as you want, or it might take off much quicker than you want. We just don't know. We do know that we have a strong community. Everything that needs to be checked is checked there. So just keep that in mind. Polynesian Pulsigan says, thank you, Briz. John May says, I've been scammed, and now every time Rags goes live, it brings me here and it won't let me leave. Briz says, thanks, Motley Investor. Appreciate the support. All right, let's check this. Oh, use log. I could use log, but this is much, much easier for you guys to be able to see where it breaks the previous all-time high. But we could use log if we wanted, but it's just much more pronounced. I think it's a better illustration. Something's about to explode this year. John May, you'll get your copies in your wallet as long as you have control of your keys, i.e. not on a centralized exchange. Outstanding. They all look the same without log. Well, in this instance, they would also look the same with log. So I wanted to show you guys the 80% drops followed by breaking all-time highs again and the moving averages that compress them down. Very, very important. So the PRC20s will show up in that wallet. Yes, I think they will. As long as you have your ERC20s, they will show up in the PRC20 wallet. Once you change a couple settings in MetaMask, that's awesome. Excellent info in chart. Yep. Hex Hodl says solid, outstanding. Not worth a like, but very nice charts. Cool. Christy Naya, like and subscribe. I did. You just don't listen, Christy. You never have. I doubt you ever will. Colorless identity. What do you think about all the big stakes running out in the next weeks and months? It's the same thing. It's a rolling. It's a rolling type thing. Hex big stakes come out every single month. People restake for 30 days. People unstake. It's been the same thing. It doesn't bother me at all. I think that we're going to see a lot of movement with Pulse Chain coming up here. But if we stick to our plan, we have our strategy for how we want to diversify our portfolio with these projects in the ecosystem. I don't really worry about this stuff at all. I look at charts like I just showed you, and actually I can pull that up again. When you see this type of thing, history repeats itself, ladies and gentlemen. That's just the bottom line. So regardless of whether or not you got a bunch of in-stakes and things like that happening, you got to understand that all of these coins show the same thing when we go back into bull runs. Compression, sell off, Accumulation for the smart people, and then massive gains for the smart people who take advantage of this. Happens every single time. Unless the project goes dead, which, by the way, Luna did die, right? So nothing is 100% sure, but it's good to look at patterns. It's good to look at patterns here, for sure. Can't be solid without log. No, that's for what we're doing here, that is incorrect information. Like and subscribe. I did. Gosh, man. John May, I'm not always by my computer, but I'll try early tomorrow morning at 4 a.m. John May, fees were lower earlier today. Delfonso, man, that's a hell of a name. I'm going to try Delfonso Pereira Souza Silva de Assis. God bless America, man. You from Brazil, man? Is that Brazilian? Is that Portuguese? What is this? I had to get wrecked in crypto back in 2015 and 16. Now I can appreciate real crypto when I see it. Excited for Pulse Chain, PulseX, and Hex 2. Whatever happened to Lit? My life is awesome. You know what? From what I understand, Lit, life happens, guys. Life happens to people who are on YouTube. Life could happen to me one day, and sometimes you just got to take time off. So I'm assuming that's what he's going through right now, and I absolutely wish him the best. My log is usually solid. Did you set me up for that? I'd expect nothing less. I've never experienced a bull run. I'm hodl. It's so neat that you're able to experience a bear. It's so neat because you're going to go through these cycles. And the next time you're going to go through that bull run and you're going to go back through that bear run again, you're going to be like, man, everything's good. Everything's good in the hood. We got nothing to worry about here. So that's what I like. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Outstanding. Brazilier. Okay. Outstanding. He's going through a bunch, John May says. There you go. Greetings from the Mediterranean. Hey, what's up? Monica Moffitt Meals in the house. Hi again, rags to riches. Monica, nice to have you. Now, as promised, folks, this was all substance, right? Except for when I started talking to chat, because you guys never have anything of substance to add to the conversation. And this is the part where I just tell you not to come back because it's not worth it. We got 151 people here. Don't understand why. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everything that you're doing. I'm going to leave you guys with this. Very important. Social media is a place where you can learn an enormous amount. Social media is a place where you can provide a lot of value for yourself and a lot of value for your family and friends. On the flip side of that coin, social media is also a place that can do really, really big damage to your brain. Could do big damage to you emotionally. You get sucked into things and it hurts, right? And it actually doesn't make you a better human being. The day and age that we live in, social media probably constitutes, 50 to 70% of all the interaction that we have with human beings is probably through social media for many of you. So I'm going to say this. A lot of stuff goes on. A lot of drama goes on. Okay. And it could be drama worthwhile. It could be legit. It could not be legit. It doesn't really matter. Just make sure that you're protecting this and you're protecting this. You don't want to get sucked into stuff that's not your business. Right. And again, I'm not saying that any of the stuff that you guys are seeing online right now, I'm not taking anything away from the arguments that people are having with each other because I don't have the context. I don't understand. I don't know what's happening, and I'm not going to get involved. But just keep your eye on the prize. Understand that you guys are responsible for yourself. You're responsible for your families. You're doing a job. Stick to the plan. Stay laser focused. And a really cool tool is the silence tool on Twitter. You don't have to unfollow anybody, but if you don't want to see stuff pop up in your feed, and if you want to protect your mind and protect your heart, that's a really good way to do it without pissing anybody off. So that's just that's my message to everybody in the community. We're going to keep showing up here every day. We're going to make solid content. We're going to get 1% better every day. And I hope you guys are showing up at work. Hope you're showing up with your families, with your relationships, and just trying to do better every single day. +1 in chat if that resonates with you, and just make sure that you guys know that we are, unfortunately, all in this together. So let's make the best of it here, ladies and gentlemen. Make the best of it. What's this say? Code is law. Really all that matters. Yeah, that's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. What's the bacon here? What in the heck are you talking about? Well, we had an explosion of +1s. Hex McKenzie never follows instructions, added a 0. You know, I give you guys opportunities to shine, and Hex McKenzie just drops the ball. Outstanding. Every time someone blocks me on Twitter, I feel like suicide in my head for 10 seconds. Yep, and that's a problem. Don't worry about that. All right. Don't worry about it. And then also don't judge the people who are having issues on Twitter because, again, you don't have the context, you don't understand, but you don't have to make that your beef and you don't have to make that your emotional baggage. And I say this all the time. This is like one of those meditation things. You are on the bank of a river and it's a beautiful river, right? And the water, these are all the ideas and all the drama and just all the good and all the bad. And it's just floating down the river and you're on the bank and you're just watching it go by. It's there, you see it, and then it just floats on by. And then the next thing comes down the river. It's there, you see it, you just like, hey, what's up? And it just floats on by. And that's just how you stay sane, man. That's how you stay put together. That's all you guys do. Don't get sucked into it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. Do not like, do not comment, and please, for God's sakes, do not subscribe. Brandon out.